Here is doctoral paper number 5, based on question number 5 of the U.S. Civics test. Open quote. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? Answer, the Bill of Rights. Close quote. Doctoral paper number 5, the Bill of Rights, the ethical firewall of liberty and inner peace. The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution are collectively known as the Bill of Rights. But this phrase, so often recited mechanically, represents something far more profound than a legal checklist. It is the ethical firewall between state power and individual dignity. It is a civic song, a declaration that certain rights are not granted by governments, but safeguarded from them. In an age where surveillance, automation, and ideological polarization threaten to erode boundaries between personal agency and state control, the Bill of Rights stands as both shield and mirror. It protects the soul of the Republic by enshrining the sanctity of individual thought, voice, belief, and being. The Bill of Rights as spiritual architecture. The First Amendment alone enshrines 5 fundamental freedoms: religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. These are not mere permissions. They are sacred domains of conscience and communal integrity. They remind us that human flourishing depends on the right to dissent, to gather, to believe, to be heard. Each amendment is a boundary of grace. The Second Amendment speaks to autonomy and self-defense. The Fourth to privacy and sanctuary. The Fifth to due process and protection from self-incrimination. These are spiritual immunities against the infection of authoritarianism. 2. Guardrails for government and soul. As Shippers 2025 noted in Burn the Script, true leadership is not about expanding control, but about holding power with restraint and responsibility. Rights demands that same restraint from institutions. It is the Constitution's confession that governance must be limited, not because it is bad, but because unchecked power always forgets its place. In this sense, the Bill of Rights is not just civic law. It is a leadership ethic, one that must be practiced by citizens as well. We must protect the rights of others with the same vigilance that we protect our own. This requires moral discipline, not ideological reflex. 3. Holandry, a paradox of peace. Spiritual traditions often teach that true freedom arises from meaningful boundaries. The Bill of Rights operates on this principle. By limiting the reach of the state, it creates psychological stillness, a space where individuals can act without fear of arbitrary suppression. This paradox, freedom through limit, is at the heart of both personal growth and civic stability. The Bill of Rights is our national embodiment of that truth. The Bill of Rights in a post-truth age. In our current socio-technical environment, where AI curates truth, social media amplifies division, and digital footprints never fade, the Bill of Rights must be reinterpreted, not replaced. Freedom of speech now includes algorithmic transparency. Privacy rights now extend to digital behavior. Due process must apply in both physical courts and digital platforms. As the AI, higher ed, and workforce revolution report warns, if we do not translate these principles into new domains, we risk constitutional obsolescence under the guise of innovation. Shippers 2025. The Bill of Rights as ethical compass. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? We call them the Bill of Rights, but we must also treat them as our ethical compass. They are not just the foundation of American liberty. They are the practice of restraint, the art of leadership, and the posture of peace in a turbulent world. If we protect them not only with legislation but with character, they will not merely endure, they will illuminate. References: U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, ND. 100 Civics Questions for the Naturalization Test, Q5. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? Shippers D, 2025. Burn the Script, Kill the Leadership Theater, Lead for Real. Iron Dog LLC. Shippers AI, Higher Ed, and the Workforce Revolution. Nostradamus Publications. Would you like to continue with doctoral paper 6, centered on question 6? What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment?